No pushing. Hey, no, no.
Oh, Bill Murray, what are you doing here?
What a coincidence.
And you're wearing your number 10.
It's a reminder, I think.
Of what?
Just like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10, whatever it is. Whether it's things are going well or how's your pain, 10.
10. Can I get you a drink or anything?
Yeah, I'm thirsty. Can you Old West it down here, fella? Can you like slide that sucker down here?
One way of doing it. Gotta buffer that now.
Beer bottle, I don't think. There you go, there you go.
Yeah, this will not be as foamy,
Okay.
I don't think.
You're gonna have to drink your...
You grew up in Chicago?
Well, I have to be very specific about it because where I went to high school, there were kids that came from the city and there were kids that came from the suburbs. I came from the suburbs and the kids that came from the city called us cake eaters.
Cake eaters.
Hey, why don't you go eat some cake?
Were you Bears? I mean, Cubs, Bulls?
The whole thing. I was really a Cubs fan, but I never hated the White Sox like some Cub fans do. I'm okay with the Sox. Cubs won the World Series. That was delirium because they almost did it a couple times. It seemed like they almost did it. You know, in '69, I thought they were going to do it, and then I thought they were going to do it with the crazy Bartman moment.
That's awfully close to fan interference right there.
In '85, you got the Bears winning the Super Bowl. That had to be pretty good.
Yeah, we can relax about that now. We can finally agree that that is the greatest football team of all time.
Were you in Chicago during the Bulls, like that dynasty when they were rocking?
Yeah, well, I was in New York when that happened, and that was when I actually had season tickets for the Knicks just to see the Bulls, you know.
And I know you played golf. We played golf together down in New Orleans, and we were teamed up. I remember every par 3, for every single person that hit a shot, you said, I've never seen one. Right when contact was made, it didn't matter. It could have been top going in the water, but you've never seen a hole-in-one. And so for 4 holes for 5 guys, so I heard it 20 times. I think you said it after you hit it.
This is Homer in Paris when we lived in Paris for him.
How long were you in Paris?
We lived there only for about 3/4 of a year. That was right when Ghostbusters came out, and I knew it was gonna be a good time for me to be out of New York City.
You hungry?
I could eat something.
Oh, hey. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's true.
Is that right? Where are we?
We're in Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Greenpoint.
We better try one of these French fries.
If I have to travel and someone asks, do you have an alias for the hotel? I say Ernie McCracken or Big Ern. It doesn't get the credit it quite deserves because it's really one of my all-time favorites.
All right, I'll tell Peter Farrelly that one. When they get my Lifetime Achievement Award, I hope they show footage from that one. That was some of my best hair acting.
Do you read scripts? But it seems like you're just being yourself. You know what the character is and you just play it out.
In the old days, you know, you kind of did a movie.
Like Meatballs old days?
Well, yeah, like Meatballs and Stripes or Ghostbusters. We were just having fun. People weren't taking it so seriously. It wasn't life or death. If the movie was bad, it would never be shown in America. You know, you'd never see it. So you had this freedom to just change everything. You just keep improvising all the time. You know, I used to go to work and say, hey, here, you get your pages, and then I go like, well, I'm sure not going to say this.
Yeah, I do that every day with this show. Same thing. I'm definitely not saying that. Aren't you in like a superhero movie coming out? Ant-Man? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You seem like a superhero. What's your power?
My power is I'm a bad guy.
Oh. With Paul Rudd, who's the sexiest man alive. Do you think Paul Rudd's the sexiest man alive right now?
Paul doesn't agree, so I'm going to go along with Paul. He was kind enough to not agree, so it takes a lot of pressure off the rest of us.
What year were you voted sexiest man alive?
I don't remember.
You were robbed a few years.
Honestly, I think I was very, very close on a number of occasions, but they don't tell you.
Ed O'Neill beat you out a few years, I think.
O'Neill beat me out. Ed O'Neill beat me out. All the O'Neills were ahead of me.
Yeah. You've worked with your brother a few times.
I've got a bunch of brothers.
Who was in Caddyshack?
All the brothers crept into the background of Caddyshack. But Brian, my brother Brian, was the caddy master in
Brian.
Caddyshack.
Okay.
And he also wrote Caddyshack
really?
with Ramus and Doug Kenny.
I'm working with my brother, doing kind of this Monday night gig.
Hey, I was thinking first Monday night football game you and I have watched since 1993.
I'm kind of tired of it.
Really?
Of him, not of not of the game.
I was with this director, Ivan Reitman, the other night. We made Meatballs, we made Stripes, we made Ghostbusters, 2 of them. And the original story of Stripes was written for CHEECH and CHČNG, okay?
Much different.
Mm-hmm. CHEECH and CHČNG joined the Army, okay?
Right.
It didn't happen because their agents just thought it was garbage. Anyway, it turns out CHEECH and CHČNG never even saw the script. He met CHEECH and CHČNG years later. How come you passed on that movie? It could have been great for you guys. They're like, are you kidding, man? We would have killed that thing. The script, even when I saw it, still had lots of, hey man, let's get boned and go down to the edge of the camp and we could get ripped up and then we do our marching.
I can't imagine Cheech telling Sergeant Holka that he was his big toe. That's Harold Ramis rewrote that, or you created that?
Not mine.
That was you? That was improv?
Well,
what about the chicks dig me because I rarely wear underwear?
That was mine too. That whole scene, that day, was the day we introduced the platoon. And when I saw the characters, I went, oh my gosh. That was the first time I said, well, I'm sure as hell not going to say that.
Right.
There was a serious bunch of like movie professionals going like, who's this old person? We went back out into the truck and kind of like, let's all relax here and just see what happens if we try this differently. And I should mention the cinematographer is a famous cinematographer named Bill Butler. He was like a real force. He shot Jaws, he shot all these like big movies. I came back and did the scene as it is. The guy looked at me and was like, okay. And he looked at them and said, okay. And he gave him looks like, this is our pony. This is the boy we're gonna ride right here. This is the guy. This is the guy we're riding. That meant like whatever this kid's gonna do, we're gonna follow. We're gonna ride him. And he made me look great. He should have like a bucket of ice for his beer, for that Bud Light. That's ridiculous. It should have like a tiny crystal ice bucket for his beer bottle.
I'll look at that.
Yeah, talk to your people. A guy came to my door with a baseball bat.
On when?
The last day of the movie of Stripes. The day I was supposed to be taken to the airport to leave.
Francis?
It could have been Francis. He said, you're the guy who's been driving ain't gonna be driving you no more. I just didn't like the idea of someone coming to the door with a baseball bat in his
Never a
hands.
good idea.
And I said, do you have today's call sheet? And he says, yeah. I said, oh, show me it, will you? See what it says next to my name? It says number 1. Not number 10.
Not 10.
It says number 1. That means whatever I say happens. So why don't you go back and tell your little boy who sent you out here that the guy who's been driving me is going to drive me to the airport.
There you go.
Well, I took a chance. He did have a bath.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Yes.
Now, you got any fresh water in there? You got to get some water in there.
How long were you on SNL?
4.5 years.
Enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was the greatest job. The thing about having that group of actors was they're all sort of improvisational actors.
Sure.
And that original bunch sort of stands out still. Because the show gets written in such a short window,
Yeah.
it's not completely finished.
I've been on it.
Hi, I'm Eli Manning, and I'm hosting SNL this week with musical guest Rihanna.
Between 10:30 and 11:30, they're changing so many things, your head's spinning.
Correct.
Here's a good story you might like. Lorraine Newman, one of the originals, calls me and says, hey, the Television Academy is honoring the original cast of Saturday Night Live. We're going into the Hall of Fame. She said, Danny won't come. If you come, Danny will come. I say, okay, I'll come. I mean, I just like to see everybody.
Yeah, sure.
So we go out there, Danny comes, everybody comes. And I'm watching the highlight video before they do the thing, and I'm looking at it and going, I'm noting the fact that I am not in any of this. And it is very clear that I was not in the first season of Saturday Night Live. I came in the second season, and though I'm sort of lumped with that group, then they give the award and they don't call my name. But it was so much fun. It made me laugh so hard, because you think, I've been thinking I'm a pretty damn big shot for a long time, but just to be taken down a peg like that was so funny. That was a great job. It was the greatest job. And when I go back for these anniversary shows, I used to, you kind of like, maybe you're that way, I don't know, but you see like the guy who's quarterback now or since you, and you go like, well, he's not me, is he? He really isn't.
Never thought that.
Of course you thought it.
I got to walk off those nachos.
All right, let's go. Well, that's good. Okay.
Let's walk.
Well, he's going to take them.
You got your running shoes on. Look at that. You got right there.
You got the whole thing.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. Did you ever take the Circle Line trip?
No.
So people that come to visit you, you know, and you got to find, what am I going to do with them? You know, you don't want to just a restaurant, you know. The boat leaves from the west side, goes all the way down the bottom. You go through Wall Street, and there's a guy telling you all the facts about New York City. I'm telling you everything that's going on in City of New York right here. Now, it's a little different than it used to be, but you still go by Ellis Island,
Sure.
Statue of Liberty, Wall Street, and you could go like, that's the Einstein Medical Center. They could point out everything. That's Babe Ruth's house. That's where Babe Ruth lived, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yankee Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
All the way around the top of the island, Spite and Dival. And by that time, the vibration of the boat has made you so groggy, you fall asleep. And you take a nap down the last half hour down the Hudson River, and then you're back.
I might do that with my kids.
It'd be a great thing for your kids. They get a big history lesson of New York.
Yeah.
How's it going?
From French Kingdom, some dollars.
They're French girls.
Yeah.
Yes. Ne parlez.
C'est pas vrai.
Ne parlez.
They want to have a photo with
Pas possible.
They want to have a photo with you.
Sure. Okay.
Do it?
L'homme,
No.
c'est une athlète très célèbre en Amérique. Il est le plus grand, le plus fameux, le plus spectacle. Quarterback de l'équipe de football New York Giants. C'est le monsieur Eli Manning.
Bonjour.
Et
Bonjour.
okay. All right. No pushing. Hey, no! No! N'est pas possible. N'est pas acceptable. Une chanson de jeunistes.
3, 2, 1. Oh, Champs-Élysées, balabalama. Oh, Champs-Élysées, balabalama.
Nice! C'est beau.
Can you sing that song too?
You know the song, la chanson par Christophe? Aline?
Aline.
All right, you sing alone. Now I will try to. Au clair de la lune, au vert du Pierrot.
Ma chandelle est morte.
Your parents will be glad they sang that to you once upon a time.
I have no idea what just happened. He went in full French mode. The guy's unbelievable. You know, someone comes ask for a picture. It's not a, yeah, sure, and smile and leave. He embraces it. He's creating a great memory and moment for all those people.
Where are you going next? You're going
We're going to eat. We're going to time to eat.
Time to eat. Oh yeah. Well, okay. All right. Bon appetit.
Who knew you could speak French? You didn't tell me you could speak French. Why didn't you let me know that?
I wanted it to be a big surprise.
Did you plant them?
I did this movie Lost in Translation.
Sure.
So there's a shot in the movie where I pull up in this limousine car at a hotel in the middle of the night. Anyway, I had to spend the whole night with this girl this close to me, and I realized I had to distract myself somehow.
Yeah.
So I said, teach me some Korean. So she taught me how to say, I love you,
Good to know.
and can I borrow some money? It's so much fun to start speaking to Korean people on the bus, on the plane, airport, and you go, can I borrow some money?
Yeah.
I love you. And they just say, what? Now, I don't want to be the guy to give you a lot of show business advice.
Yeah.
But all these people that you're working with now, you could lose them. You could lose every single one of them.
Dump them, right?
Today was awesome. I am a huge Bill Murray fan. I laugh at him, with him. So for me to sit, have lunch, and just kind of get to ask the questions I've always wondered, and just to see him, how his mind works, and him just going all over the place. Nothing better than what just happened. I'm just gonna call you on all advice going forward in my entire life. Is that all right? Can you be my life coach?
I would be honored.
Thank you.
Hey Giants fans, Eli Manning here. You want to see more videos? Subscribe now to our YouTube channel.